Hey y'all, Andrea from Andrea Speaks TV, and I'm back to bring you news and commentary you can use. Listen, I hope you're doing well. I hope your family is doing well, and I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for your continued support of the channel. Listen, y'all, I felt it was extremely important that I come on and share this information with you. As I shared in my community post, this is not headline news, okay? This is not headline news, but I feel like definitely you and I both, okay, need to know about what's going on, okay? So make sure that you share this information with your family, friends, loved ones, because this information about what's to come, what is happening and what is to come, this could potentially affect us all, okay? According to my sources, y'all. Oh, by the way, y'all, this is an audio only upload. You'll be able to hear my voice, but you won't be able to see me, okay? Again, this is an audio only upload. You'll be able to hear my voice, but you won't be able to see me, okay? But listen, y'all, according to my sources, okay, now we've talked about the weather several times here on the channel before, whether it was rainstorms, certainly in my area here in Georgia lately, every single day has been raining, okay? We've been under severe thunderstorm watches, downpours of rain. And we've even talked about here on the channel, hurricane season, tornadoes. We've talked about different weather events, okay? Well, I want to let you know that a heat dome, okay, according to my sources, a heat dome happening here across America will send temperatures into the triple digits, okay? That means, y'all, what, above 100 degrees, okay? Let's find out what's going on, all right? Now, according to my sources, the first of 2 rounds of extreme heat, okay? Keep that in mind, y'all, extreme heat. The first of 2 rounds of extreme heat is underway for parts of the eastern half of the United States. The opening act, my sources say, for a potent and widespread heat dome that will send temperatures to dangerous, listen to this, y'all, to dangerous record-breaking levels over the weekend and into next week, okay? Now, already more than 15 million people from the Washington, D.C. area to parts of Florida are under a level 3 of 4, okay? So level 3 out of 4, y'all, major heat risk through Thursday, according to the National Weather Service. Such heat, and I quote, affects anyone without effective cooling and or adequate hydration, the agency warns, okay? Now, many places, my sources say, will see highs in the low to mid 90s, okay? But it will feel hotter with the heat index, how it actually feels outside, including humidity, in the triple digits, okay? Humid air is also said to be happening this week, and it will make it feel especially sticky, hotter, and limit overnight cooling, okay? This week's heat risk is being driven, they say, by an area of high pressure over the western Atlantic Ocean that is funneling hot, moist air up from the Caribbean into the United States. That tropical origin, bringing particularly extreme humidity, is a key reason why the heat will feel so intense and linger, okay? Now, they're also saying that while the most intense heat will center on Virginia and the Carolinas, temperatures will also, on Thursday, temperatures will also climb across parts of the northeast and central U.S. in a prelude to next week's more expansive and intensive heat dome, okay? Now, they're saying this particular heat dome is expected to expand across the central and eastern United States by the weekend, covering parts of the southern plains to the Midwest, Mid-Atlantic, and Northeast, okay? High temperatures across these regions are expected to soar at least 15 degrees above normal and will mark the hottest temperatures of the year to date, rising well into the 90s. With humidity, it could feel as hot as 110 degrees, y'all, okay? Especially, they're saying, in the mid-Atlantic, okay? Now, a level 4 of 4, okay, which is the highest, they're saying, extreme heat risk, signaling what is being described as a rare, long-lasting heat with little overnight relief, okay? Y'all know how sometimes at night it tends to get cooler, right? Well, they're saying a level 4 of 4 extreme risk, signaling rare, long-lasting heat with little overnight relief, is forecast early next week for parts of these parts of those regions, including St. Louis, Chicago, New York City, and Washington, D.C. Okay, now they're also saying the heat will first surge into the central U.S. on Friday, when Denver is forecast to reach a record for the date of 101 degrees. Okay, Chicago follows this weekend with highs of 95 expected on Saturday and 96 on Sunday. Okay, the heat will peak in the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic early next week. Forecast highs of 95 and 96 degrees in New York City on Monday and Tuesday come within a degree of daily records, and in Washington, D.C., the temperature could reach 100, matching or breaking records on both days. Okay, remember how we've even talked about here on the channel, y'all, record-breaking weather, never before seen, never before experienced, once in a lifetime, never happened before type of weather. Okay, it seems like this is kind of what's happening here. Now, I will say this, y'all know here on the channel about 2 years ago, okay, I took a trip to New York City. I have my videos here on the channel, and I was there in the summertime, y'all. And I will say, you know, New York sometimes is referred to as a concrete jungle. And you know, what I'm saying is, in cities like New York City, other cities where there's a lot of concrete, it can be extremely hot. Okay, y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Now, again, I want to encourage you to check your weather in your local area. Weather.com is calling this event a dangerous widespread heat wave that will bake the central and eastern U.S., bringing the hottest temperatures of the year and uncomfortable muggy air to the Midwest and Northeast that in some areas could last into much of next week. Okay. There are heat alerts that are being issued. So again, y'all, please make sure that you're checking your local weather report, that you're taking the necessary steps to prepare. Okay. Now you may say, well, Andrea, what are some ways that we can prepare? Okay. I'm going to share on the community tab. I'm going to share a document with you, a resource. It'll be a link to a resource that comes from ready.gov, and it talks about extreme heat, how to prepare, being safe during. It even goes over heat related illnesses and other content. Okay. Now, what is extreme heat? Extreme heat, according to ready.gov, is a period of high heat and humidity with temperatures above 90 degrees for at least 2 to 3 days. In extreme heat, your body works extra hard to maintain a normal temperature, which can lead to loss of life. Okay. Extreme heat is also, they're saying, responsible for the highest number of annual losses of life among all weather related hazards. Okay. The source also says that older adults, children, and people with certain illnesses and chronic conditions are at greater risk from extreme heat. Humidity increases the feeling of heat. Okay. Also on this resource, you'll be able to get some information on recognizing the signs of heat illnesses. They also gave the tip that do not rely on just a fan as your primary cooling device. Fans create airflow and a false sense of comfort, but do not reduce body temperature or prevent heat-related illnesses. Here's where you can turn to your community. Okay, you can identify places in your community where you can go to get cool. I know in the metro Atlanta area, oftentimes they open cooling centers. So check your local community for resources, as well as your local health department, to find cooling options in your area. Okay. Covering windows with drapes and or shades to keep the rooms cooler and to not allow as much sunlight in to cause it to be hot. Other tips include weather strip doors and windows. Also making sure that you have enough water supply. You all know I've shared here on the channel where some stores have actually limited water. So make sure you have limited the purchase of, like, for example, bottled water. So make sure you have enough on hand for you and your family. Also thinking about insulation to keep the heat out, solar power generator, backup cooling sources, and window air conditioners. Those are just some of the tips. By no means are these all. Okay. So again, check out the resource on the community tab. I'll share the link. Wherever you are, wherever you're located, please make sure that you're safe, be well, stay cool. Okay. Literally stay cool. And, you know, everything will be all right. Okay. Thank you all so much for your continued support. I'll be back on the channel with more news and commentary you can use right here on Andrea Speaks TV.